tell me what to make. I don't care about your take. It's my channel, and I do what I want. Wah!
All right, welcome back to Hobby Vomit. I'm Matt, and this is my brother.
Bat, I like the movies.
And like the movies. Welcome back to another movie club where if you didn't watch our last one, however many days or weeks ago, which was Princess Mononoke, we're changing the format a little bit. We're just focusing on one movie per video. That way we can break up our live and our not live and all that good stuff, and makes it easier if you've not seen one of the movies and you don't have to worry about spoilers. So we are doing a single movie for this video. If you can tell by the title, it's probably in there, and it is Harold and Maude, the classic, the cult classic, feels like.
Yeah, definitely a cult classic, and we'll be happy to talk about like why. There's some interesting story with it.
Yeah, definitely felt like a film lover's film for me, at least. Story was I had watched. I wonder how much of it I actually watched. I was working at Chick-fil-A, working like 12-hour days, and this is this and Schindler's List. You're like, you gotta watch them. I was like, I just worked like 10 hours. You're like, I'll just put it on. I think I didn't make it through either of them, but I remember liking both of what I saw. I just, for whatever reason, I had never finished either. I still have not finished Schindler's List, so that's a maybe a future movie club. Although it probably wouldn't be super fun to talk about, but
I'll talk about it anytime. It's great filmmaking, you know.
yeah,
It's good.
yep. Voldemort, he's in there, right?
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
excited to finally finish this. Or I would say I don't really remember most of it. So yeah, I was excited to watch that, and like normal, we'll do our spoiler review or spoiler free thoughts and our star rating that we put on Letterboxd, and then we'll get into spoilers. So why don't you kick it off with any kind of intro you've got, and then
Sure.
spoiler free and ratings.
Gotta be transparent. I love this film. This is one of my current, and has been for probably at least 6-7 years, one of my current top 4 favorites on Letterboxd. So I really like this film. It's a film I saw in film school, so that could be why. Just one of those where if you see it back then, it hits you at the right time in your life. It sticks with you. But I love this film. It's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. It is absolutely hilarious. It's one of the funniest films for me. It's a dark comedy. It's a black comedy, and I think it's very funny in like all the right ways. Pretty much throughout the whole thing, like it's just like laugh after laugh for me. It's directed by Hal Ashby, who was a hippie at heart, and it's very apparent. This is a film of the '70s, a very like anti-establishment, anti-authority. You have one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, and Cat Stevens's soundtrack, which I believe mostly is written for the film. And you're getting hit with a needle drop like every scene almost. Some repeating, but a lot of different ones in here, and they inform the tone of this movie so well. You have, I mean, if you're unfamiliar with the film, right? The elevator pitch is a young man obsessed with death meets an old woman obsessed with living, and it's just like you can't. It's a great pitch. It's just too good. And yeah, I think part of the reason we watched this is Bud Cort, who plays young Harold in the movie, just passed away. Yeah, he actually had a film career after this for sure, but this is what he'll always be remembered for. This is like his perfect role. And then you have Ruth Gordon, who I don't know if you recognize her from anything else, but one of the things she was known for was in Rosemary's Baby. She's
I've never
like,
seen Rosemary's Baby.
oh, okay. Well, I won't spoil, but she's kind of an important.
I do know the plot. And I think that's what's kept me from watching it. But I know I need to just watch it. I kind of want to read it as well.
It's great. It's great. I think even if you think I think it's definitely worth it. But Ruth Gordon was also in that. But same thing. Like this is the thing she'll always be remembered for, and I love that for both of them. And yeah, I think it's a movie that's very funny and speaks to the absurdity of life. It also is a very moving, touching film that speaks about a lot of existentially wonderful ideas and reminders and we'll talk about there's maybe one moment that gets a little overly sentimental, maybe crosses the line. We'll see if we feel the same. But overall, I feel like it works in all the right ways. I feel so much watching this. I can't wait talking spoilers. How I felt certain things my first time watching, and every time I've rewatched this, it's only gotten better for me. It's just, I never get sick of it. I think it's the perfect length. There is actually some great camera work in this. It's not maybe the thing that you would remember it for up front, but some really creative stuff. And it is a cult classic. The very short give you is like, yeah, bombed in theaters, like did not do well in theaters. And then there was this theater, and I don't know the city. I'm just gonna pick like Minnesota, but it's probably not. There's this one theater that just was like, we're gonna play this every day, and they played it for like 2 years straight. And because of that, at this one theater, it became this cult classic. It became this thing to the point where Ruth Gordon and Bud Cort were showing up to the theater and interacting with fans. It was this very just, yeah, I don't know, just this like counterculture movement. And I think it sticks the landing. It Yeah, I just could talk about it for days. So yeah, interestingly enough, it's out of my four favorites. I think when I love something, I get extra critical. So the last time I had seen it, I had actually dropped it down to a 4, and this time I'm up to a 4.5. I don't put it at a 5. It's not a perfect movie, but it's one of my favorite movies. And yeah, looking forward to hearing sport or talking spoilers, but also looking forward to hearing your thoughts after all these years of waiting to kind of finally finish it
I
out.
know, yeah. I did it to you with the Dark Tower. I did it to you with Harold and Maude, and yeah, that's what I do. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I had a couple little problems with it, probably that part you're talking about. But yeah, and
Yeah, I mean,
for me, I think Maude was I thought her acting was phenomenal. I think Bud's I, yeah, I don't know. I feel torn on it. I don't think it's a great performance, but I also didn't really care that it wasn't. I don't know how to. Maybe because Ma just carries it so much that I didn't want to like you said. It's almost like an infectious movie. You just don't want it to end. You just want more scenes with them. And yeah, I thought it was great. Like you said, it's very funny. It's emotional. I don't. Soundtracks are not a thing that typically stand out to me, but yeah, I would say feels instantly like an iconic soundtrack. I mean, I feel like I don't necessarily feel a certain way about Cat Stevens, but couldn't have been a more perfect soundtrack. And the way they also integrated that into the movie, I thought was great. Great camera work. I think there's a lot of you could just screen cap a lot of this movie and it'd be like amazing. Yeah, we'll talk about maybe some favorite shots, but yeah, overall, I loved it, and I just can't imagine I wouldn't sit down and show this to like anybody. I don't know. I just can't imagine someone watching this and being like, "That sucked. I hated it." I just can't see
no,
it.
really. See, I can see that. I
Really?
feel like if you don't like this type of humor, if like dark comedy is just either number one, just kind of like over your head, or you get like almost like offended by it. I think I could see.
Maybe, but
I could definitely
throughout
say,
the movie,
and there's like a very controversial
yeah.
line that this movie crosses, where like if you ain't on board, then you're gonna hate. Like it's gonna really make you
Yeah, I
upset.
just
I
feel
feel
like
like.
like some of the conversations that they have. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could make you almost like put that stuff aside because the conversations they have are so real that
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. To me, that's what watching movies is about. It's like even if you don't agree with some of this stuff, it's still interesting that these feel like at least Mod to me. I do think I think Harold feels a little like caricature. I don't know if there's I could see someone like Mod really existing. I don't know about Harold's as much, but again, I think it works for what this movie is doing. But yeah, overall, I really liked it. This is a movie that I definitely would like to watch again. Like I really want to show Bree now. She wasn't able to watch either with me. That's or Princess Mononoke. But like 30 minutes in, I was like, cause I think originally she was gonna skip this and watch Princess Mononoke. 30 minutes in, I was like, you made a mistake. This was the one. But she didn't end up watching either. But I think they're both great. So
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. We'll start talking about spoilers because there's a lot I want to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
So yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. I could see it going up on a rewatch. I don't think it ever hit the 5 for me, but I could see it going up to a 4.5. But yeah, so if you've never seen Harold and Maude, go watch it. It's great. And if you have or you don't care about spoilers, then welcome to the spoiler section. Spoilers. Let's get into it.
Cool. I mean, one of the best openings of all time. You get this amazing tracking shot watching this person. At first, you're not really sure what, just walking through the room. And I love the following camera with this one. I assume this is a mistake, but maybe it's intentional. But halfway through, you get this where like they're tracking him, but it seems like Bud Cort makes a move that was unrehearsed, and you get a little glimpse of his face, a little bit. And for me, I don't know why that just really, like works really well. But yeah, you get this build up. I remember watching it for that first time in film school. And maybe towards the end, like, did you feel like you knew where it was going? Like, he's like signing like a note and stuff. Like,
It's hard for me to tell because I remember watching it. I remember like enough. Like I remember that going in, and just even I think if you
know the premise,
even like reading the little synopsis, I think you are gonna kind of know.
Yeah. I wasn't. The first time I don't remember but yes. Anyways, yes, it gets to the point where he just immediately hangs himself, and you're like, oh, like what an opening. You're getting this, even though it's very simple. You're getting the credits. You're getting directed by Hal Ashby, just in this great spot in the frame. So good. And then yes, you get the entrance to the unsung hero of this movie. Vivian Pickles is the actress's name. Yeah, Vivian Pickles, an all-time actor's name. She is so good in this role.
Yeah,
she gives like an iconic performance. She's so funny. And so yeah, you get her coming in, and the scene's going like this. Oh, she just hasn't noticed yet, and then once she notices, you're gonna get the
yeah.
But instead, she just rolls her eyes and starts talking to him. And so, it's
She's
immediately
like,
sets this up.
She does a whole phone conversation before she even addresses him. Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, like, he looks like he's genuinely hanging there.
Yeah.
So you're not really sure. So yes, sets up this amazing running gag of Harold, committing these suicides in front of his mother, and then eventually in front of these dates, which are very funny. And I think every one of those is very enjoyable. I think they're hilarious. After that one, you get the bathtub one, which is the one where the mom's kind of like pushed over the edge, where she's like, "Enough! Like I can't do this anymore."
Oh my gosh! Yeah. She has a
like blood everywhere. Yeah. I think I'm with you on like his acting feels less refined, right? And it makes sense. He was probably very young, and Ruth Gordon had kind of like done a career at this point. She hopefully should be better. This is probably me just stretching, but at least with him, I can buy a little bit more in terms of like, I think at the end of the day, Harold is someone putting on a performance, right? This is like a young man who hates his current situation and is attempting to be something that he's not, to kind of reject that. And in the beginning, he is doing that in this negative, dark way. And obviously by the end of the film, he's kind of reversed that, and I think his real self is more of this positive person. It's just this is kind of the circumstances he's in. But yes, I would agree. It's not like the perfect performance or anything, but his character, I mean, both of them too. I think Maude too. Like these are caricatured characters for sure. Maude, I agree, feels more like could exist in someone being that kind of like endlessly optimistic. But there's some stuff like the whole sequence of them stealing the tree and the cops. Like it's a little Looney Tunes. It's a little not literal, and that's okay. She's stealing cars every day, like So just so much to talk about. But yeah, all the deaths are incredible. He does the self like immolation outside with the fire in front of the one girlfriend. What else does he do?
They do the Romeo, basically the Romeo and Juliet. With
Well, and
the
that one's great because that's kind of like the rule of three of like you've got these first two dates, he's scared them off, they're terrified.
mhm.
You get to this third one, he commits harikiri
Yeah,
with the sword, and then this I think her name's Sunshine.
yeah, Sunshine.
There's like the worst kind of drama theater kid that you can ever imagine.
Hmm.
Immediately sees just like an opportunity of this is wonderful. Let me join in. It's
Yeah.
just like that's such a good flip on the script there with all that.
Hmm.
But yeah, so many. Vivian Pickles, I just love her performance. One of the early scenes of him kill himself is her going through the dating profile checklist, and
Oh
after
yeah.
about question two or three, it's just about her filling it out basically
From
for
question one.
herself.
Oh yeah,
For
the
question.
very first question. She's answering every question out loud of like, no, I don't think that. Like, oh yeah, it's so funny.
And just even that questionnaire is amazing. We're like, they're like very little literal ones. Like, yeah, do you think that the woman should stay home in the kitchen or whatever? And then the other ones are like, do you think that the media's portrayal of sex in this country has gotten a little out of hand? And
Yeah,
she's like, I certainly do.
absolutely. Yeah.
Like, absolutely. It's just so good.
Yep.
So yeah, I do like his face acting, and that's that part. I think that it's the first time I really laugh in the film is during that she's going on and on in this thing, and he's done the very slow reveal. He's got the gun. He's like thinking about, and then he does the turn to her. And he's like considering like he's
Yeah.
gonna kill. He's just like
Yeah.
wants it to end so bad. Like oh man, there's just so many funny moments. But yes, the film changes when Maud enters, and
Which they meet in a very.
her
I'm be curious to know if Chuck Palahniuk took any inspiration. I'm assuming this is before he wrote Fight Club. With like in Fight Club,
Probably.
they're meeting at these like AA meetings and stuff like that. But this reminded me of that of a lot of that. Of like they both are these people that are just attending random people's funerals enough to where they start recognizing each other, which is
Right,
hilarious.
They
Yeah.
like see each other, and I think like the second time you see her at one, the priest is like reading, and she's over there like sneezing like super loud and stuff.
Yeah.
Like just so many funny things, and I won't go through the entire plot, but some of the highlights are I love the priest, the priest moment. That's one of my reviews. That's all I put years ago. It's just like best monologue by a priest ever captured on film. I guess I have to go back. The line crossing moment for me is they have sex. They become intimate, and I think for some people that's probably the line where it's just hard to accept that. And really is this is such a big part of this movie of this counterculture. Like you can do it, do what you want. And after that sequence, you get this amazing thread of these POV or not POV, these kind of like straight on like documentary style interviews with like the therapist, with who else do you have?
I think
Is it
it's
a
just the
doctor?
therapist and the priest. I think it's just two.
I think there's someone in between. I think it's like
Okay, yeah, maybe.
it's not the mom, but the priest is the last one, and the priest it is the greatest.
Yeah.
He's like sweating. He's like
Yeah.
and just like breasts and
Yeah.
like
Buttocks. Yeah.
buttocks.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I will
But let me
say,
throw it to you. I can talk on that.
Yeah, while I walk away from the movie thinking like I don't mind that they sleep together and it becomes more than platonic, but to me, I think the movie is actually actively better if it stays platonic. Personally, I don't think almost anything about the movie changes, and to me, I don't, and it's just a true, pure friendship. It doesn't have to be about sex. And I don't know. To me, it's so late in the movie that nothing about Harold's reaction to her dying or anything like that changes. I think the only thing that changes is we skip those monologues, which I think could arguably be filled with something else, and then the wedding. But that's it. To where I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I love a good platonic relationship, and it's so rare we see them at that level of like true and pure love, and it is that. It feels like that until it doesn't, and it's just it almost just feels like a rug pull for me as watching it. I was just like, because I don't know. I never really felt like it. Even like the scene where they're sitting watching the seagulls, and it's like I think on paper is a romantic scene. I never felt that romance there. It felt very platonic. Even them saying like I like you and they're leaning against each other, it never feels like that until it cuts to them and they've clearly slept together. And I'm just like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it necessarily feels out of character for Maude, because I guess I don't think it does, but I just don't like it personally. And not because it's crossing a line or anything. I mean, I think he's clearly of age. The age gap is a little weird, but at that point, like, whatever, you're of age, you can do whatever you want. And he clearly, they love each other. So that part isn't what turns me off from it. I just don't feel like it's needed. And I think I never see a good platonic relationship that is that level of deepness. And I just was loving that that's what I was getting. And then until I didn't get it. And then it was just like, nope, we are taking it to the next level. It's not crossing a line, but we are taking it to the next level. It can't just be, I don't know. So like, what do you think? Like, if they stay platonic throughout the entire thing, what actually changes?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good point. I think that first I would echo that I agree. I think that one of the strengths of this movie is just their relationship. I love it. Like, I love that they love each other by the end of this movie, and it feels so genuine and real in such a special way that, like, I'm not even thinking about the age gap at all. At all. Like, it's just two people coming together, and yeah, it's just so incredible. And I just think they pull it off so well, especially for their literal age gap in life. Like, it's just to act off each other in this way that it's so good. So yes, I think that I feel like the first time I saw it, I felt uncomfortable when it went to this point, because you're just like, you're definitely not expecting it, because you're like you said, it's not really building to that. It's not like there's a lot of like, but I think that here's why I think it's in there. Number one, how Ashby would be like, fuck you, sex doesn't have to be about being romantic lovers. Like, it's just part of life. Like, I think he is that classic hippie that's just like, be right. So I think that kind of, but I think that, to me, the sex scene is more about what you see the next day. You don't see a sex scene. You get a shot of, it's immediate hard cut to Harold looking confident, looking changed. I think it's more about what that night
It's like
means for him. He's smoking, and all you see of her is her like laying down, hair in her face, like she's just passed out. So I don't see it as much about them and the bond it's created by, because now they finally did this. I think for him it's this turning point of, as lame as it sounds, like becoming a man. It's part of like, it's this, he's clearly been this very like weird repressed loner. He's not connecting with anybody really, and so it just feels like a step in that right direction, where he ends up at the end of the film. That was just kind of just part of the process. And so for something like Maude, she's probably just like, hey, yeah, let's have fun. Life's good. Let's just do it. We're enjoying each other. But I do think the film and how Ashby are still aware of like what the audience is going to be reacting to this, right? Like, he knows. He knows.
I also think to me, I think them just sleeping together is even better. I think ideally is platonic throughout. Next step, like next best, is they just sleep together.
Yeah.
And then for me, the final, which it is that it is love to where they get married. I think that's the problem. It's like, I agree with what you're saying. I do wish it, like, I don't really love it. It's like, it's sex that makes him into a man. Like, why can't conversation do that? Because to me, everything up to that point, you see the change happening with, who he's become by being with Maude. I don't love that it's like this physical act instead of like I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. I don't really agree with like that's what it. I agree that is the moment that it really is just like, yeah, you're right. Hard cuts and being confident and stuff, and like I just don't. I wish it wasn't personally.
And maybe let me take it. Maybe not being a man, but just like that like fuck the man mentality,
and just appreciating
like,
life more. I think that's the big thing. He's
appreciating life,
appreciate life, and now he's like, oh, I love life, and I love life so much, I want to spend it with you. Like you really, to me, it's more of like that, of like a full change in perspective on life. to be
Clearly,
more like
he
hers.
also he goes and tells everybody clearly, right? All these his therapist knows. So it also feels like this is his statement of like again fighting the system. Like, yeah, I slept with a 89-year-old. I forget how old she is. Like,
She's
and
turning
what about it?
85 because I think,
Yeah, 85.
or is it
So
80? I think it's
it might be 80. Yeah, I think she's 79, turning 80. I
yeah.
don't know. Either way, if it just feels like, yeah, I guess more than just not like he's a man, because I don't think this character by the end is like a man,
No.
but more just like embracing life, like you're saying, and just kind of like middle finger to the system of like, yeah, so what? So I did it. But yes, it's not my favorite part of the movie, that's for sure. But I don't hate it. I do think for some people that's like I feel like I remember in film school just people just absolutely audibly like people groaning, people were nobody people were like I don't want to think about a young boy and an old woman having sex.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely a part of it. The part that's always been hard for me to stomach in this movie is when Harold first or maybe it's the second time visits her really cool caboose train car, apartment, whatever you want to call it. And she encouraged them to explore this like wooden sculpture that she has.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's a very strange moment, and I've tried to come to understand over the years. And if I could cut out one part, to me it's this. But yeah, I think it feels like a sexual moment. It's like for someone who's never
didn't
gone
until
here,
it did.
embracing this.
For me.
It didn't until it did. Yeah. Well, until he's like moaning with his head inside.
Yeah,
of
it's
it,
like
you're saying?
between before it just looks like a weird art sculpture. I'm like, oh, is he like treating this as like legs up, getting down on like munching? Like, what are we doing there?
Kind of. I think kind of. So it feels somewhat right. Of like he's a weird dude. He's never really embraced this stuff, and so in this weird moment where he thinks no one's watching, but it's like it's a little too far for me. Where every time I watch it, I'm like, I don't know about this part. I would definitely that's one part I feel like I could do without. But all of their just build up of her showing him how to appreciate life, and all like you said, all the conversations they have are just really good and just help reframe so much stuff. And it is controversial. Like you sit there and you're like, I agree, and you're like, well, maybe you shouldn't be stealing everybody's cars. And then she's like making a case for why you should.
Yeah, well,
she's like, well,
okay, but
right,
is
but
a different time.
Sure, but I think they have her cross the line of what is like reasonable too.
She's the extreme.
I think to the extreme to be. What's the term, provocative, and to make you think, and but yeah, there's just so many great set pieces when he needs to get out of joining the army and they craft this plan.
Oh my gosh, yeah. just the army uncle with the with the
salute.
salute and oh my gosh. So good.
And every time he's talking to him, you just hear the like marching in the background. Like,
So her falling through the hole is part of the plan?
That was the plan, yeah. So it's, again, you're like, realistically, she probably would get screwed up down there. But I think they crafted this plan, basically. That whole sequence is just great. Like him getting the uncle all riled up about stuff, and then Harold's like, yeah, and then I'll fucking kill him with the guns. And the uncle's kind of like, okay, like we're going a little bit too far here.
Yeah.
And then just everything, just Harold chasing her, she's hitting him with the sign, and then just the way they film her slipping down in is really effective.
So abrupt. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
It's just whoop.
Yeah.
And then you get that great reflection shot of the uncle looking into
like
the
no
reflection
splash, no
puddle.
ripples,
It's
nothing. It's just flat water.
So stuff like that like is not realistic. Like it is a little Looney Tunes in that way, but it's clearly just going for humor.
Yeah, a lot of his deaths aren't either. I mean, like he shoots himself. There's a bullet hole.
Yeah, which I don't. Yeah, it's like they just own a gun that has like blanks in their house. Like, why would you have that?
Yeah, and then like when he sets the thing on fire outside, it's literally like he sets it on fire and then he walks into frame. I'm just like, what?
Right. Which I think when I've rewatched that over time, I think it's supposed to be like at some point he swaps it out, but it doesn't really make. Yeah, they're playing it as if he's right there.
Well, just the time it would take him to walk from that point outside to me, it's like it's always him like setting it up. and it shows him like lighting it basically, or
No, I think they show him under the thing. Like he sits and like puts it on him at some point.
oh, maybe
Like
he
they're
does
trying to
because at
play
some
it
point
as
he's
if
like
he's
pouring
on the.
gasoline all over it and everything.
Yeah, I think he does that first, but then
And
like
gets
he
in.
gets. I don't know.
Yeah, then he just
But
walks
yeah,
over. Yeah,
right. It was
they're
just been.
unrealistic, which is fine.
Yeah,
You just gotta accept.
and they're fun. And the girlfriends are great. The stuff they're talking about is their performances are all really good. I mean, what do you think about the ending? The ending is
Yeah,
really right. You get this birthday party scene where he's put the sunflowers all over the house, and he's celebrating her. Like, did you? Because when you rewatch this movie, she makes it pretty clear, like a couple times, like I'm going out
first time
when
they
I'm
meet.
80.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah,
I think it is
right away.
85 because it's like 75. You're still young. She says in like 80, which is I think. Well, no, that doesn't. Yeah, I can't remember. But at some point she says like whatever the age is, 85. You're just counting time. You're just tracking
Right.
time at that point. That's the very first time they meet. Yeah, I think the end happens so fast. Like from them sleeping together to like her dying it's just it happens so fast that I just didn't really know what to think. I think it feels on brand for her. I wasn't surprised. I mean, they become the opposite. He becomes Maude and she becomes Harold in the sense of like she not obsessed with death but chooses death and he chooses life.
Yeah.
And like I think it's a cool swap of roles. And then the scene with him driving it I don't think I ever really believed that he was in it because like what kind of ending would that be? With like to me it would just undo everything we've already seen to where it just doesn't make sense. So I really like the ending. I there's a part of me that wishes that he didn't have the pep in his step from go. Because I like I think it feels like it's supposed to be with him playing the banjo like 0 to 100 by the time, because it's a long shot. But he's immediately got that like pep in his step, and I'm like, oh, I kind of wish it started with just him playing like a somber, almost like a, I don't know, like. But I thought it was a great ending. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really good the way they cut between the driving and the hospital. I thought all that was really good. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
There's a great Cat Stevens song called "Trouble" playing during that sequence. I remember the first time seeing it and her being like, yeah, I took the tablets an hour ago. I remember feeling the same thing as her. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
I just remember truly being like, I was hard to stomach because you just fall in love with her as a character. And even though she's kind of keeps saying it, you're like, it just catches you off guard. It's just so quick. You're like, what? And I love that is his reaction, right? This is really sustained shot of him getting like angry. He just lets out those hues like, what? Like right as it cuts.
She waits till she waits till they're married to tell him. Been officially married.
And I think the timeline is literally a week because she keeps saying like at the end of the week but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like over a month.
Yeah.
Like it feels like, but I really like the way they filmed that whole final sequence. My brain the first time I was like, she's got to survive. My brain wants to believe it so badly. Because it's not this big dramatic. It's just like them riding in the ambulance, and he's like, "Don't die, Maude," and she's like, "Oh, it'll be okay." And then just like this, you get this scene in the lobby where like he's kind of arguing with the wait staff, and she's just kind of being a little sad, and they don't get this amazing, perfect goodbye. It's just kind of like her being wheeled away, and just kind of
she like reaches back to him.
She reaches back, and I was like, that can't be the last time you see her. And so I just remember that very first time watching it, like really feeling so much during that sequence. And it just speaks to like your humanity of like how, I don't know, even like faced with the inevitability of death, we just want to believe so badly that it's not it. And then, I just love that cross cutting of the doctor coming down the hallway. It's like it's kind of like the Monty Python, like the long walk. And then still literally until the moment Harold reacts, I believe that something's going to change. And then, he, without words, delivers this news, and you just see him kind of like shoulders hunched, just kind of like sobbing. And it's very powerful. And then, yes, I don't know if I generally thought like he's in the car, but I remember feeling just like dread and shock of that moment.
Mhm.
What did you think of the freeze frame? Freeze frames on the car.
Right
Like
as it goes over.
goes over and then just like, "Arr," and then it keeps going.
Yeah,
Very interesting
I
choice.
thought like that it was gonna be the end, and like
Yeah.
you're supposed to determine like was he in it or not. That's what I
Right.
thought
Yeah.
originally. So
I remember being very thrown off the first time.
yeah, I
It
thought we
almost
were
feels
just
like a
getting credits.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird, and I don't know what I've never read anything on like what the intention was. I've grown to like it more and more of just like it does give me a moment of pause almost to kind of like reflect. But then yeah, I do like the ending. I'm with you. I think this is the first time I ever put two and two together for me. I think the first like second thing she asked him coming out of the first kind of like talk in the church where she keeps doing like the psst, and then goes over and
Mm-hmm.
talks to him, and then when she's still in the priest car, the last thing she says to him, she's like, "Do you sing and dance?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "I thought not," or whatever. And so I like that. That's basically yeah. He's finally over. He's finally this changed person that he immediately is just like singing and dancing. But it is pretty like peppy.
I
The
don't mind.
step.
To me, like I don't mind it. Like I don't mind us getting there, but it's like it almost feels like it's an acting thing, personally, or like maybe a
Yeah.
directing thing of like he just never has. He's immediately doing it, and then he goes from like it's almost like he goes from like 10 to 100 instead of 0 to 100. And that first 10%, I'm like, I want to
Yeah.
see that too. I want to see the
Yeah.
whole journey in one.
You do get a shot before of him standing at the cliff looking at the car gone
Yeah.
over. But then yeah, I think you're right. You just cut to him just right playing. The thing I don't love that this isn't the thing that keeps for a 5 star for me, but I do not like the final freeze frame. You get him walking all the way through. He's like going down the hill and then they freeze it with like just half of him there in this like weird blurry shot. I just don't understand.
Yeah,
I
I
just
guess I didn't
need
even
to
think of it.
know
Yeah.
why. It's a weird, and then credits just roll right there. They're very quick credits. It's just like all the main actors, boom. I just don't understand that final shot. It just kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
But that's like super nitpicking. So yeah. How do you feel about the Holocaust moment? Because it's definitely a
Holocaust
moment. Maybe you didn't
Wait,
even
refresh
see
me.
it.
Refresh it.
So I believe it's that scene where they're checking out the seagulls and they've had this
Oh
fun night at the
yeah, and he sees
yeah
on her arm. I
like
actually
reveal
I
like
actually stopped and went back, and I was like, was that a Holocaust
nice.
tattoo? And it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
Um.
concentration camp like numbers.
Yeah. I mean, I think like literally that one shot just provides a lot of character for her without having to say anything. I thought it was great.
Right.
Like we
Yeah.
don't need
I
the
feel
hand holding, we don't need the spoon feeding. We can come to our
right.
own conclusions. Like she's
Harold's like, which concentration camp were you in?
yeah. What are those
She's just like,
numbers on your
yeah, what
arm?
does this mean?
Yeah.
A tattoo there?
Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah. I feel
don't
torn. It's the most on the nose moment where part of me feels like it almost could take something away. I'm like, because it feels like to me to get to Maud's understanding of life, you have to have been through the literal worst shit you could possibly imagine. Like because of that, she's come out on this other side.
I think
I
it's
don't
just
think that is what
different
the
journey
film's
for
saying.
everybody.
It is, but I I like it better without that. I don't mind that's there. I like it better without there. Like this is just Maud. She's just discovered it's worth living life this way. That to me is it's a moment. I think they do like a hard close up or something.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a cut to it. But doesn't it make
so-
sense with like you're saying? It's like she's a character where it's pushed to the extremes, and maybe that like, a normal person could never get to that, but because she went through that, she goes.
Yeah.
You know, she does push it beyond what a normal person
Right.
would, and that fits her character. For me,
and then now is passing that on to others without them. Yeah,
And
for
to me,
sure.
like
So
I don't think
it-
Harold. Again, I think maybe because he hasn't been through something like that. I don't think Harold will ever be as extreme as Maude. I think it's just she's pulled him from where he was and brought him onto her side. But I don't think he'll be as extreme as Maude his whole life, personally.
yeah, probably not. She's
I don't see
certainly
Harold going around
one of
stealing
a kind.
cars, and I think she
Right.
is that full extreme. But yeah,
Right. And she talks about that she used to do Like she has the umbrella up on her wall. She used to do a bunch of like protests and stuff. So yeah, it's like yeah, I don't necessarily see Harold following in her footsteps, but he clearly ends the film with like a new lease on life, a new outlook, and he's changed and he's better for it. I agree. I could probably do without the marriage. Maybe it's just kind of more of like just that symbolic act, I guess, of them just being again kind of we don't care about our age that we're doing this, and just a symbol of love for each other. But then that to me is surprising from someone like a Hal Ashby that is so like against the system, against the norms, that then feels like a weird normie kind of like,
Yeah.
well, you love each other, so you gotta get married.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
To me,
That's,
even
I
just
don't.
like if I how old is Harold? Early 20s?
I don't know. He's got. I would guess.
Such
Yeah,
a
like
strange looking guy. Because he's way
he
taller
is.
than you'd think he is. In the
Yeah,
first
he's
shot,
tall and lanky.
he's really tall and lanky. He's got baby face. So I
Yeah.
I think that also contributed to like just such a strange character. But
Yeah.
to me, let's say he's like 23. I would say he's probably early 20s. That's what it seemed like
Yeah,
to me.
I would say 20 or 21 at most. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if my friend who's 21 said my best friend in the world is an 80-year-old and I spend every day with them, that's weird enough. That's
course.
enough against the norm. That's not normal. Like to me, that is
Right.
enough that you're like, yeah, this person, I love them deeply and they are my best friend and I want to spend every day I can with them.
Mhm.
To me, that is already against the norm enough
Sure.
to where I don't love the sex and marriage part. And like,
Yeah.
I was in and buying. I wouldn't have felt it. Them having sex and getting married didn't make me be like, oh, I see why Harold's reacting this way to her dying. I would have felt the exact same way. He's already
No,
there.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. I think if it was like a sex scene and it's like them making
Well,
out,
sure.
they fall in the bed together, that I would hate. Not just
Yeah.
because it's weird of the age, but just like I don't find that as important for
It's
them.
Maude in
Again,
the same
I-
position as her art and Harold.
yeah. I just like that all you see is the morning after, and it's very focused on just him and what this moment means to him. And then clearly he goes and tells his therapist immediately because he's like, "Fuck you!" Like you've had these therapy scenes before where clearly Harold's not into this at all. There's some pretty funny moments in some of that dialogue, but yeah, if to me it feels like a statement. It does, but the marriage I can't speak to as well. I mean. That's part of it too, right? Because they know he's getting married to. Does he tell his mom?
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like he tells. So
Yeah. He like announces it. I
it's-
think. Yeah.
Yeah, so it still feels a little statementy, but yeah, I don't know. It's. I do think though that is. I think the sex is probably for. I bet if we went on Letterboxd right now, that every 3 out of 5 reviews will mention this. People be like, "I was loving it till he got it on with the granny,"
Yeah.
like stupid stuff like that.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I guess it depends why. Like to me, I do think that was a not a turning point, but like it was a 5-star until that point, but not because they had sex, but because I
Right.
just think it would have been better if they didn't.
Right,
I don't have
right,
a problem
so you
with
just
them
wanted-
doing it. It is one of those things that now I do wonder. It's like obviously if it came out now, it would be even more so. I think people would be against it, and then if you reverse the
The
genders,
genders.
it would be even
course.
more like we can't really
course.
do that. But I don't know. To me, it's like if you've watched the movie up to that point and then that's like a hard no for you, I think I don't understand. You just didn't get the rest of the movie either, I don't think,
Right.
personally.
My guess would be like how Ashby would say, like them having sex in that moment is equivalent to them like doing somersaults in the field. He just views it as another part of life that is
Yeah.
positive, and so he doesn't see it as a moment of trying to prove that their relationship means more. It's just another thing of life. I think that would be my take. I'd be curious to hear him talk about it.
But
He does
you
have a
could even-
cameo in this film.
That's funny. You can even have sex platonically. Like it doesn't have
I
to have romance.
kind of see it as more platonic. Yeah, I don't see it
For
as
her.
this huge romance.
I think for her.
for him,
He wants to get
I don't
married
see
to
it
her.
as-
He loves her like that. I think
Because
he
he
loves
loves her,
her
yeah.
more
I don't-
romantically than she loves him. I think it's
I think, I
romantic.
mean, I would agree with that, but I think he's more just infatuated with the idea of her, which I guess you could say is romance. But I don't see it as like
I think
once
he's
they have
in love
sex,
with
then
her.
he's like, wow, now I really love her. I think it's
No,
just like
but I think
part of
before
the
that,
process.
I don't think that's a turning
Yeah.
point. But like, I think like now when I go back and watch that scene of them sitting at night with the firework or whatever, I will view it romantically because I think it is. That is the same night right before
Hmm.
to where I think it is romantic from him, but I just viewed it as not the first time I watched it. So to
Hmm.
me, I think he is in love with her. I don't know. I wouldn't say she's in love with him. I think obviously she's more experienced and more knowledgeable. I think for her it is just like yeah, it's part of life. Yeah, well let's I
I
think she
think she's
loves
in.
him. I don't think
I
she's
think
in
she's
love
in
with
love
him.
with him.
You
One of
think in
the
love with him?
I think I don't know in terms of the difference between that, but I think what I really like, there's a line where I don't remember what he says to her, but she says, "I haven't loved someone like this in a long time," or something like that. Something where it basically, yeah, she's not saying like you're the love of my life. She's saying I'm 80. I've lived a whole life. There's been eras of time, and it's been a while since I've connected with someone on this deep level, and I'm really enjoying that. And you mean something to me. I don't think that yeah, she's like head over heels romantically. I think they just have a connection. They just have like a connection. I think it's special.
I
To
don't
where
think
the sex
he's
part
on
I
the
can be
same.
okay with.
I don't think
I
he's
think
on
he's a
in the
little
same
more
spot.
into it than she is because she's like changing his world, right? Like it's so. But
Well, she's had that
if
experience, and I think she realizes that in a lifetime you can have that connection with multiple people. He's young. He doesn't get that. I think for him it's like, uh, sorry, my headphones came out. I think she is like the love of his life at this point. And like when she's going to die, he doesn't know what to do with himself because that was it. She
sure
was. It's like
he was focused on like
it's like
this
his
is
end
our
game for
future,
her.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So I don't know. It's just such a small part of the movie. I can't help but think it doesn't do anything for me except for hurt it personally.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that Harold could have felt the same exact way. Like I think if you cut that out of the movie and just jump to the scene of her doing, obviously I think there'd have to be stuff in between, but like I fully be on board with Harold's feelings in that moment and Maud's in the same
I mean, I
exact
completely
way.
agree that if you remove it, it doesn't change anything with their relationship after that moment in the film. Completely agree. I think it's a Harold moment. I think how Ashby also is intentionally doing it to provoke the audience. I think he's that's just who he is. I think he's wanting a reaction out of people and wanting people to question and talk about it. And I think it is effective. I remember how I felt deep in my stomach the second that scene happened. Like it is provoking. It is very like you're like, oh damn, like all right, we're going here. Like
I don't like it.
it's in your face.
Yeah.
But just because you are in someone's face doesn't mean it's good. And so yeah, some may then take it as it doesn't work for them. I like that more than I like the wedding. The wedding I care less
Yeah.
about
To
than
me,
the
I just
like to me
yeah.
the wedding's more useless because
Yeah.
they're already in love. I don't care. The sex to me feels more for him. It's like him
Sure. Yeah.
overcoming this obstacle of like he's just been this weirdo kid living in his mom's rich ass house. He has no friends. He has no connection. And the film really doesn't talk sexuality too much. That weird moment with the wooden sculpture is certainly, exploring that. She says like caress it, touch it, like it's, whatever. But what do you think of the? I always really like these like smell-o-matics or
Yeah.
whatever they're called.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird little, again, not literal thing. You're like, there's no way this thing would actually work in the way she's saying, but. Yeah, she's great. Just her loading the bird feeder and then just like
Oh
launching
yeah.
it is
Hilarious. Yeah.
great. Like, there's just a lot of little funny moments with
It was
her.
really yeah. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Even just like the conversation she has with the first priest. She pulls up in the hearse, which is just funny that he bought a hearse. He
Yes.
buys a hearse and then she drives up in it. And he's like, "Hey, are you the lady that like took my car?" She's like, "Yeah, in fact I was." She's like, "How'd you like the little thing on the front?" He's like, "I didn't." And she's like,
He's,
"Oh,
he's
oh."
like, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know he says. I think he says, "Well, I didn't."
yeah,
Which is it's a
something like
great
that.
line delivery.
Yeah, I mean the tree scene is amazing,
Yeah, it's
hilarious,
really.
and I was like, no way they're about to steal this motorcycle, and of course they do, um, which is great. But I would say the best scene in the movie for me, and probably now one of my favorite scenes of all time, is the piano scene. I loved that scene. It was so
Yeah,
good. That was really the first moment where I feel like she is like, I'm gonna push you to change. Yeah, and she's
yeah.
singing, and she's like, "Go ahead, sing." And he, you could tell in the moment he's like, but then he does, and like maybe I don't know how he knows the words. It doesn't matter.
I was gonna say it's like in a Star is Born moment where you're like, "All right, would you actually just be picking up these words?" No, but you don't care. It
You
just
don't care,
works.
yeah. And then her getting up and the piano's playing itself, and they dance, and it's just like
Just
seriously
like doing like this.
one of the best scenes. Yeah, I love it. The song is great,
That's a
perfect
great song.
for that. Yeah, I love that scene. That was really good, and the star of the movie for me. But
Yeah, it is. It is good. You're right. Her stepping away from the piano is such a good moment. It's just so revealing too. Of like, I don't know, like I don't even know how to explore it. Just like artifice is there, but that's okay as well. Like it's how you use it, and she doesn't have all the answers. She can't do it all. I don't know. There's just like so much in that moment. But yeah,
yeah, it's
if you
also
want to
just
sing out,
super on
sing
brand for
out.
her. Like
Yeah, it's also
it's like,
yeah, yeah.
of
She's just,
course, she's not really playing the piano. How could
right.
I
Like
dare
it's a
think she actually was? Like it's so mod that she just wouldn't be actually playing, but sits down, and pretends to play with the whole song. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, if you want to sing out, sing out. It's the anthem of the movie. It's
Hmm.
my favorite song of that soundtrack. But the whole soundtrack is great.
Yeah.
But that one plays a couple times throughout, and it's definitely kind of the theme, and it's just so good. It just works really well. And yeah, I agree. You're like, okay, how the hell does he know these lyrics? He's never heard any
It
part.
makes me
But
wonder if like I mean, like she has a player piano that is playing that song, so like, it could just be like
yeah,
a song that exists in there
yeah,
in the real
sure. She could
world.
just sing it all the time, and like he's heard it
Yeah.
from her
Yeah.
so many times.
I
Yeah,
never really
you just
it just didn't bother me at all. Like it's
no.
like in K-pop Demon Hunters, way
Sure.
way yeah, swerve, but there's a scene in that where it's like this is an established like they're like a K-pop group. They write all their songs together, but then in the final scene, one starts singing a song, the others have no idea what it is, but then they just immediately know what it is. I'm like, what?
Sure.
It's just going actively against like what we've established. But this one, I just
Right.
never really, I just didn't care. It's just
Yeah,
like a great
it's
moment.
just it's a good moment. Yeah, he plays it well. Um, yeah, well, I mean, was I just going to talk about something early? Oh, you mentioned the hearse, and so yeah, then we get this great.
Oh yeah,
Mom
the
gets rid of
Jaguar.
it, buys him this like nice ass Jaguar, and then he like converts it over.
Yeah, he's also
to
like a
hearse.
master mechanic all of a
Yeah,
sudden. She's
you
like,
just
yeah,
get a
he
shot
likes
of
to
him
work on
coming up with
cars. Yeah, that's him coming up and just literally converted it into a horse. Not a horse, a hearse. It's like perfectly painted. Yeah,
Yeah.
just absolute master mechanic, which is hilarious.
He comes up and it just does like the final like settling down in, right? Just like a
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like as if he just had like lifted or something.
yeah.
Yeah, but it is. Yeah, it's like all that stuff. It is that cartoony, and it just plays for such laughs. Like it's so good.
She goes up to at the I don't remember where they are, but she's like parked illegally. The cops are at the car, and she's like, "Oh, the cops are." And she's like, "Oh, so this parking's out." He's like, "No, man, it's not a good parking." She's like, "What about that car up there?" He's like, "Perfect." She's like, "Great, great," and then gets in. It's like a Mustang. She like peels out, and it cuts to the cop, just deadpan. Yeah.
Well, before that, it keeps cutting to him, and yeah, he's like,
Oh, she
he
looks at
like
him in the
like
mirror,
a wave.
in the rear view
He's like a
mirror.
wave, and he's like, "Ugh,"
Yeah.
just very like kind, and then yeah, this face like you said, like deadpan, and also his face of just like it's not even worth it. Like
Yeah,
just kind
because
of
she
like
doesn't even
what the
stop at the
hell
stop
even just
sign
happened?
either, which is
Yeah, she
hilarious.
just
She
rolls
just
through.
peels out. Yeah, thought that was really good. I would
Yeah,
say
the
another one of my favorite shots. I was like, damn, that's a good. There's a couple. The field of flowers is a great shot. The grave, the cemetery,
cemetery.
is great.
That wide like telephoto lens is
wide.
crazy.
But my favorite shot of the film is him in the car wash drinking like a bottled soda.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
a good
good.
notice. That's
Yeah.
a really good one that
I
I feel like
love that
people
shot.
miss because it's kind of early on
Mm-hmm.
right? It's and isn't nothing else happens in that scene. It's
Just
just
him
that, right? It's
sitting
just
as
like
the car goes
him
through. Yeah, but it's a great
with
shot.
the
Yeah,
little soda pop bottle. That is a really good one. Great color.
yeah, the
Yeah,
purples
it's
and
just
blues of the car wash and
rose
stuff.
and
It's
blues.
and
It's
he's all silhouetted.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the best shot of the film.
It's filmed well, like all everything at the little carnival at night. So that's the Hal Ashby cameo. They cut to like them looking through the glass, like controlling the trains, like model trains.
Mm.
And like the first guy they cut to is Hal Ashby. He's just
Hmm.
like a big beard, like hippie looking dude. Kind of a weird shot. Once you know it's him, it feels like a little indulgent, but you're like, whatever. He made the film. You can do
Yeah,
it if
he's
you
probably
want.
just like, I want to be in a movie.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I think to me this is his best. He also directed
Was it
Being
his
There,
first
which
or?
is I don't think so. I think this was kind of middle to late career, I think, but I could be wrong about that. Um, Being There, I don't know if you ever end up watching it. Craig loves it. It's like one of Craig's
The one
favorites.
with the guy like
It's
floating up.
mhm.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I've
it's
never
really
seen it.
good. It's really good. It's nothing like this at all, but it's also very good. But yeah, this to me is like the magnum opus. I just love these characters. The music is so good. It just makes me laugh so hard the whole time through. There's so many laughs. This time I wrote my review. It has to be like one of the best fourth wall breaks of all time
Oh
for
my
me.
gosh. Yeah.
It's so
Wait,
good. It's
remind
so
me
long.
what's the part? I remember
I
it.
believe he does the hand chop,
Oh yeah.
and it's like the farm girl that does like the works for like the grain
Yeah,
company or
yeah.
whatever, and she's just everything with her is hilarious. But she runs out, and then you get this shot where it's like him with Vivian Pickles next to him. The music starts playing. It's just like great Cat Stevens song. He does like the very slow,
You think it's
and then
like
yeah,
him
just like
following her out the door or
yeah, yeah,
something. Yeah.
and they just write it yourself. He does kind of like a little eyebrow raise or something, and while he's doing that, his mom's kind of watching that, but
Yeah.
she's like, I was just still within the world of the film, kind of like, yeah, what is this? And then he smirkingly starts turning back, catches her, immediately drops that, and
Yeah.
goes back to kind of like I don't know, sad puppy dog. Like my mom caught me, and
Yep.
it's just so good. It's so drawn out, and
It's like the
I
freaking
think
Sandlot kid when he
yeah,
like does CPR in the hot lifeguard and he looks right at I
he
think it's
does
like right at the
a,
camera, right? And he does like the eyebrow raise and
I
like
think he does like an eyebrow.
yeah, it's
But
very much like
they're
that.
they're always risky, and I feel like this one like works really well.
Yeah, I thought it was really
Um,
cool.
I think of anything else like some. I feel like there's something else with the uncle the first time that he hangs out with. In his office he has the portraits, and he has Nathan Lane. He's like, I think there's a little Nathan's not Nathan
It's not
Lane,
Nathan Lane.
voice of Timon.
Yeah.
Nathan,
I don't know who it was.
whatever his name.
I didn't recognize.
It's like
I just thought it was like a war
Nathaniel
general.
Hawthorne or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's like a famous military guy, right?
Yeah. There's some funny stuff with that where he's like, I think I see a little Nathaniel Hawthorne
Yeah.
in you or something. I don't know, but he's perfect. Yeah, that sleeve thing is iconic.
So good.
They
Yeah.
drew that up
Yeah,
as
it's just like almost like a curtain pull.
yeah,
You
like
do
a
it.
pull.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's great. All these little like bit actors are very memorable. Not the most memorable scene. You have the scene where he goes to the warehouse and she's like nude behind the ice, and the guy's like sculpting her. I don't know if there was something. You don't remember that? It's like the first time he goes to Maud's house, he has to leave pretty quickly, and so then the next time he comes around looking for her, he ends up at this like warehouse, opens the door expecting her. I don't know if she said like, oh, this address, and there's some guy like up on a ladder like working on ice. He's like, oh, sorry, like I was looking for Maud, and then she like peeks out behind it. She's like, Harold, and she's like naked, but you don't see anything. You can just tell she's naked.
Are you sure
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
a little.
like an extended scene or something like that?
No, it's in there, but I'm
Man,
not
I
surprised.
do
It's
not
like a
remember
very,
that at all.
it's like a very forgettable scene in the whole picture of everything. And then he talks to her in the next scene of like, do you normally like do this? And she's like, no. She's like old Jimmy boy. Like he just needs to be reminded what the female form looks like every 6 months or something. I don't know.
I don't remember
It's-
that at all. At all. You're positive it's not
Yeah.
like in a special
Yeah, I'm
edition
positive.
scene?
I feel pretty positive because I don't think the one that I own. I guess I could be wrong. I own the Criterion collection, but it's 90 minutes, so I,
just
can't
feel like
imagine.
I would remember that. I mean, yeah, I don't remember that at all. At all.
it's very forgettable.
Not really though. Her
Yeah,
posing
because you don't really
nude,
see anything.
like
Just the
ice.
way that it's just the way that the film is, or the scene is like filmed, is like kind of forgettable.
Hmm.
Um, Glaucus is the sculptor.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
also the
remember.
person who lends them tools to transport a scene and a tree in another scene.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, I think it's in there. I think it's very
Yeah.
quick and it's just comes at a very like forgettable moment where it's
Yeah, I
like
just like
easy to
looked
just
away talking to Brie for something for a second. It just
it
happened.
could be it's that fast where
Yeah.
it's just supposed to be another thing of showing like, ooh, she's wild, she's non-conformist, she does whatever she wants, she'll pose nude at 79, like who
Yeah.
cares? So, but yeah, no, I'm glad that you liked it. It's for me, it's like an all timer. I've probably seen it 6 or 7 times, and when I watched it this time, I don't know that it hit me in any different way in terms of like I'm older now or something. I think it's just so works as strong as earlier when I saw it, and still, it's just I just think it just works. The imagery
Yeah.
is great. It's just is a good movie. So
Yeah. I
it's
think the
weird.
tight 90 minutes too is just like I don't
It's the
mind
way to
longer
go.
movies, but like this one I feel like is perfectly paced. Like it
Right?
just
Yeah.
we
You don't
didn't
need
need
more.
any more. We get it. Like the message is very loud and clear. I mean, like of course I wouldn't mind more scenes with them together. I think their chemistry is
Sure.
just so good. And I mean, like everything, every line out of her mouth is like philosophical. I feel like you could examine it. I don't remember the exact line
Mhm.
with the seagulls, but and I think the seagulls, it's like she's just quoting someone else about like
Mhm.
some guy like saw seagulls and thought they were the most beautiful bird, and then he realized they were seagulls, and she's like, I still think they're the most beautiful bird. And it's just something like that. It's just like, oh, you just love it. Yeah, that was
Right.
great.
It's stuff that could be so on the nose of not delivered better. Like the flowers too, right? They're first talking about the flowers. He's just like, oh, I just
I'd just
look
be
like
one of
this,
these
like
because they're all
one
the
of these.
same.
And she's like, oh, look closer. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. She is the best in terms of acting because yeah, she's
It's a
pulling all of those
hard
moments
character to sell.
off.
I think it's
Really
so
hard. Yeah.
eccentric, but yeah, you
Yeah. Yeah.
immediately believe that she is Maud. She just
Yeah.
is that character.
She's great.
Yeah,
Just yeah, the ring of keys is to open all these cars, and yeah, I forgot that is a good one. Talking to the priest, what would
yeah,
you think of that? And he's like, well, I didn't.
yeah. Well, I didn't.
He's good. I think his monologue is for me definitely an all timer. It's just slow
Is that the
pushing.
same priest?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's the
okay. I
same
couldn't tell
priest.
if it was the same
Oh
one or
yeah,
not. Yeah,
it's him. But it works where like it doesn't have to, but it is definitely him.
yeah. That's funny.
Which is yeah, I just think his delivery there is so good. And then, oh yeah, that's right. You get the uncle. So first you get the therapist, and you get the Richard Nixon or Sigmund Freud, and the
Mm,
therapist is talking about like yes, at the young age, like very normal to have something, sleep with your own mother. He's like, but never with your grandmother or something. And then you have like the Freud thing, so that's great. And then for the uncle, you have I think it's Richard Nixon, but I don't remember what the uncle says.
I don't remember.
And then you get the priest. I think it's those three in a row. And the priest just
Yeah, priest
closes
is
it off on
definitely
a high note.
yeah. It's definitely the most memorable one. It's crazy that we've watched in just like the year we've been doing these two movies with a younger person just like staging suicides, like
Wait, I'm blanking on what the.
the werewolf movie.
Oh yeah, it's true,
Yeah,
true. I didn't think
they're
about
like
that.
obsessed with death in the same way and stage all these suicides and take pictures of them. What the heck was that movie
That's
called?
true.
Ginger
Ginger
Snaps. Ginger Snaps.
ginger snaps. I feel I probably make this up in my head, but maybe I feel like maybe in my head, or maybe when I read about it, I wonder if the screenwriter was inspired by this a little bit. Like he loved Harold and
I
Maude
could
and
see it.
the staging of suicides or
Yeah,
something.
I could see it.
I don't know.
Thought
We
it'd
can talk
be
about the one in the pool. It's like a
oh, great
classical
shot.
music
Yeah.
playing, and yeah, it's just a really good shot. And
Her
just
swimming by like
her
she's just like
swimming is
done.
great, and
Yeah, it's another
yeah,
one where
very.
it's like he probably couldn't actually hold his breath this long, but you don't really care.
I was wondering about that. I was like, is acting wise, is he doing it, or is he just laying in a way where they just put like a little tube?
I think he
Literally, you can
was
just do like a
because
little straw.
it's from like it starts at his feet to where like he could just be above, and right when she's about to
To the
be there,
last
they
moment.
call it out. He goes under, and then she does start swimming back. It's probably only like 30 or 40 seconds because then it cuts to him from underwater, him like turning back to look at his mom swimming.
Kind of a
back.
haunting shot. It's like, I think in the literal scene his mom, but it feels like more they play this really haunting like music note kind of. It feels like as silly as it sounds, like life passing him by or something. Like it feels like he's like watching something kind of, I don't know, have this like weird realization moment. I really like it. Yeah, that's just a funny one. Just her being annoyed by him. Just getting in the pool, just being like, huh.
Because I think
just
that's the
swimming
second
by.
one. So you're still like kind
I think
of
you're right.
adjusting to like, wait, what is there? Oh no,
The bathtub might be before.
I think
maybe
I
not.
think the
Maybe
bathtub's
not.
after.
You're right.
Yeah, I think the bathtub's after. I can't remember. The bathtub is hilarious.
I just remember the family dinner with the beets.
Oh my gosh.
She's
yeah.
like, eat you, and he just like starts like,
Yeah.
just like stuffing him in. But there's little stuff like she drops some hints in that scene that like it sounds like his father maybe was killed or something when he was young, and it feels like that is playing a role in. Number one, he kind of has no like figurehead to look up to because clearly he doesn't love his mom, and then also maybe just fascination with death because something happened to his dad at a young age. I don't know, but yeah, man, Vivian Pickles, I feel like she deserves more credit. Like she is perfect in this role, and it also could have been really bad because it's really caricature-y. Like
Yeah,
the
say
voice
the
is
bathtub scene
ridiculous.
is way over the top, but
That's like
it
the
works.
peak. That's
yeah.
like, yeah, I think that one doesn't work for me the best because you haven't spent enough time with her.
Yeah.
So you're like, is she being serious or is she being like hyperbolic? And then you realize like she delivers everything, that big flowy. But yeah, she's great. That survey scene is so funny.
Yeah,
I certainly do.
Yeah, it's long.
She's like,
too. It's
that's
a
a
whole
real-
survey. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I'm excited to show Bree. Definitely very rewatchable too. It feels like. So
yeah, went up to 4.5 for me. Yeah, it's not a 5 out of 5, but it's 5 out of 5 in my heart. Definition of like, yeah, cult classic. I mean, really, even now it's like I don't know a lot of people that have seen it. Like I feel like even some of my film friends, they have not seen this movie.
But I bet they've. I feel like it's a movie that everyone's
heard the
of.
name.
Yeah, the name. Yeah.
I feel like they know the name and that's it. And I don't know if that's because of like they don't actually do it in 500 Days of Summer, but remember 500 Days of Summer when they're fighting at the diner and they sound like Sid and Nancy. Like, oh, you're Sid or I'm Nancy. I feel like it's just one of those in like other movies that they've referenced Harold and Maude, so people have like heard that. But yeah, I don't know. To me, this is like a true hidden gem. Where like it's like you can pop this on right now and be like, holy cow, this is like a great movie. It's just waiting for me to watch it. So yeah. And then overall, I think it has shaped just my worldview. I'm appreciative for it. It just helps me shock me out of the system a little bit and just be like, yeah, like what am I doing? Like I gotta just enjoy every moment, every day, as cheesy as it sounds, because it's just so easy to not. So I don't want to go as far as Maude or I'm stealing cars, but find that middle ground where I like Harold says something to her, right? He's like he does challenge her on the car thing.
Yeah,
it's like negative. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but she
I can talk
basically
about it
says
forever.
like, yeah, it's not really hurting anyone. Like that. Yeah, so I can't remember exactly what they.
She says something about like we're not here forever. We don't get to like something about owning stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something where you're kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
that's pretty hippie.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
It works for her, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't think it will ever hit 5 for me because I think if they stay platonic the whole time, 5 out of 5. I just, and it's not because the act of sex and their ages or anything. It's just I love a good platonic relationship, and we never get that in media ever. Almost never. It's so rare, but when it's done right, you're like, oh hell yeah, that's awesome. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that romance side to deeply love someone as a human. You don't need it, and this proves that. Except for here, it's like it proved it into a point where it's just like, just kidding, they do.
Well, I still don't think the sex is romance from how Ashley's perspective.
I agree,
The wedding,
except
the
for
wedding
because of where it goes to me. Like I think because it goes to that, I'm just including it there. I agree. You can have sex without it being romantic, and I think they could have, and it would have been still like. I mean, like I think we don't need it, but I would have been more okay with just the sex and not the marriage. But I feel like they felt grouped together in the movie, like that. I think at that moment, Harold is in love with her romantically. At least it felt like that to me. So I don't know. Like it definitely hit that point. I was like, no, like disappointing for me. But I would say that, and then Harold is a little. I mean, like it's great. It's super easy to look past, but like okay at acting. And I think some of the audio was like, if I didn't have subtitles on, I would not have been able to hear what they said. I think some of the audio is only okay.
Yeah,
but
it feels very like a rough '70s production a little bit. Like it's a little beat up. Even like the print looks a little beat up, but it has some charm.
Yeah,
but charm with when I watch the subtitles, it makes it easier to understand.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Can't complain there. But yeah, I love it. Hope they never remake it. Can't even imagine like who they cast in this right
Chalamet.
Definitely Timothy as Maude.
Timothy Chalamet and Martha Stewart. There we go.
No,
as
you know who? Freaking no. What is
Glenn Close?
What's her name from Weapons?
Oh yeah,
Amy Madigan. Her moment.
Amy Madigan, Timothy Chalamet. I feel like it could work. Could work.
It could work. I would watch it. No, she could do it. I don't see Timothy. As much as I agree, like
he could totally do that.
I don't think so, because I think what you're saying, like I think it's because Bud Cort is this weird ass looking dude. Like I don't see anyone else playing.
He's not conventionally attractive.
He's got too much cool. He's got charm. Like I think not just conventionally attractive, just oddball. Those eyes, like there's something about Bud Cort. Like look him up when he was older. Look at like his middle career. He's just a weird ass looking dude. And I think he works really well for the character. He's not acting as good as Ruth Gordon, but I think it's just hard for me to see anyone else in that role. I think he's like perfect for it.
Yeah,
it feels like built around him. I think, but I don't know.
Trump's son, Barron.
Trump's
Barron Trump, starring Barron Trump and Amy Madigan.
Sounds awful, awful. Yeah, I guess he's got the tall
Harold, Maude, and the Proud Boys.
Can't wait to see it. That's gonna be really good.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. All right. Well, on that note, we are gonna wrap it up. Any other closing thoughts? I know we kind of just did.
Go watch this movie. It's worth it. It's a life changer. Put the soundtrack on. Everyone's a banger. We miss old Cat Stevens before he went super religious and changed everything, and lost what was good about Cat Stevens' music. But yeah, I think put it on. It's a challenging film that will stick with you.
Yep, I agree. Go watch it. Everyone should watch it. I think at least try it. All right. Well. Until the next time for Movie Club, I'm Matt, and
I'm Pat,
and we like it the movies.
We like it the movies.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.